All right. Sorry I'm late, everybody. 1 second. I make sure all of my settings are good. Everything's clear. Gravy. All right. Let us see. I just have 1 or 2 more things to do on my end. And then we should be good to go. So just fair warning, I am feeling kind of low energy today. However, I did really want to play a little bit more Deadly Premonition. So we'll play that for a little while, and then depending on how I feel, I might end a little bit early today. Okay, that being said, I do believe we finished the designing the jack support for the headphone jack, and I printed it out, and today it looks great. So that's a plus, and it works. So that's a second plus. Second, I still gotta plug in a couple things since I was playing on PC yesterday. It might be worth it at some point to get an HDMI splitter. All right. Let's see. Okay. Microphone working. Let us see. Nintendo Switch. Hey, Pond. Welcome on in. Yeah, York's back at it. Let's see. Nintendo Switch working. But let me check. Ah, yes, spam. Careful, Pond. I might have to time you out for all that spam. Ba-dum-tsh. All right, let's see. I love it. Yeah, no, I also really like it. Bada bing. Bada boom. How was your Taco Bell run last night? Okay, and then the Elgato isn't picking up anything, which means I need to turn it on. There we go. All right, without further ado. Fantastic came home and passed out. Well, that sounds like the end of a good day. So here we are in Deadly Premonition again. And again, I do apologize in advance and ask for your patience. I am feeling pretty low energy today. But I did want to play some Deadly Premonition. And when it came, I'm not sure if you remember the that science stream where we were designing like the little headphone support thing. We managed to nail it on iteration 4, so it's installed right now. It's working great. You're all good, Nad? Thank you. All right. So last time we found out Unfortunately, Patty may or may not be, inbred. Probably is. And, TJ and Lana blew themselves up. Yeah, so big oof. Poor thing. And then Marlin ran off with his wife, and they are now floating down the bayou, and we have to find them. So, and we found out that they both died, unfortunately, so they're dead. They're as good as dead. Okay. This game, yeah, no, seriously, I was not expecting that. Also, I have like $4,000 that I have in this game that I have no idea what to do with. I wish I had that problem in real life. But no, I do have a little bit saved aside for a new car, but my apartment just announced this policy where they're like assigning spots to people now instead of earlier we had like zones, and I was always able to find parking. It's just that some people are too impatient to walk like an additional 60 seconds from a different parking spot, so they're getting frustrated because they're getting like double parked and stuff, and I just park in the parking lot that's always half empty. So, but that means I just need to get my car with its air conditioning working. Oh shoot. Goodbye. Oh shoot, we can't go that way. WTF. People literally with still spots with that. Immature people. Yeah, seriously. And then we have problems with people like throwing trash everywhere too. Okay, 1 second. This game is way louder than the other games. Yeah, seriously. So we are looking to move somewhere else, somewhere closer to where I work. But I mean, we all know housing market's not looking great right now. Renting market even worse. So we're trying to look for something that's, you know, under $2,600 a month for all of us, but that's kind of a pipe dream right now. But the thing is, it's like, it's not just that, like, it normally, like, it's not so much the full price, it's we could, before, you could save money by just living farther away from, like, the major city centers, but you can't anymore. Literally everything within a 100-mile radius is all the same price. I'm trying to move up to the capital of my state. That's literally the only place and state with decent options. Yeah, with like, I think especially with like employment options. And then, like, even if you do live farther away, you still have to drive there. So, like, my commute without traffic is 45 minutes. But with traffic, it doubles. So, I try to get into work early and leave early so I can beat that. And by decent, I mean anything at all to rent. Yeah, I'm really hoping that, like, people are gonna get forced into selling their not people, but corporations are going to be forced to get out of, like, the B&B business and put those things back up on the market for, like, normal people that are living. That being said, I can complain all I want. It's not necessarily going to change much. So I just deal with what I can. And that's why I have my siblings living with me. Please, man, monopolizing housing is not the way to go. Yeah, I agree. Remember, I'm willing to go to pretty significant lengths to get housing. I did make my own tiny house and live in there for a couple years.
Verily, much shall serve thee
Greedy
well.
people who will be greedy always. I have some of my coworkers that are like that. They like looking at me and all they talk about all day are stock options and about how much money they're investing. And like when they're at the company, they're like they're doing like school on the side because the company helps pay for it to continue our education. But like, he's like, I went for the most expensive school I could because why not? And I was like, why don't you just go to a school that's convenient if money's not an issue? And then he asked me about stocks in like the last company I worked for, and I just like blankly looked at him as like, honestly, I don't know. I didn't have the option to get stocks, so I didn't care. And he looked at me like I was crazy from some sort of other world. I was like, no, I just like, honestly,
I can see it.
me caring about it would stress me out, and then it wouldn't even get me that much return on it. So. But there are people like that just think about money. Don't get me wrong.
The very purpose of my emporium.
I like having money, but the reason I like having money is because of what I can do with it. I like the money because then I have gas so I can drive my car because I like driving. I like having money to buy games that I want to buy. I like money to have food. I like having enough money that if somebody comes to me and they need something, I don't have to like break my back to lend them a helping hand, whether that be through money or resources or time, that sort of thing. I want enough money to live comfortably, like not jet skis and mansion money. Exactly. Unfortunately, like even with my engineering pay, I still can't live by myself comfortably, especially not where I'm at. Which is when I thought about it. My friend's grandpa is in the hospital right now, and I was talking with him because I gave her a ride over to the hospital, and he retired from the company I'm working at right now. He was in like industrial engineering and finances, and he was like looking at me as like I feel so sorry for you guys because he went over because he was in finances. He's like, I went over like what I was making and what houses like were worth then, and I go over like what you're making on your salary. Like you're making physically more than I did, but everything's so much more that like you have no, unless you get lucky and like inherit something, there's no way that you're going to be able to buy anything unless you really stay at it and save and scrimp for way longer than I did. He also may have been kind of loopy because they put him on steroids for his lungs. That's what it is, people that engineer the world not being able to live in it normally. Yeah, and that's the thing though. I make like gross income. I make 3 times what I was making before, but that also put me into the next tax bracket. So they went from taking 10% of my paycheck to like 24 or 25. Which is significantly more money. And then like I don't qualify for any like assistance now, so basically I'm still living more better than I was before, but it's definitely not what you, not as much as you would think. Yeah, I think in the US, federal income, it dies off around once you're above like 36,000 a year or something like that. I think it starts it bumps up from like 10% to 24%. Where's Alexis? Oh, there she is.
Oh my lord, you sure look sharp today, Mr. York. Oh, coming right up, honey. I'll put my heart and soul
But do you want to know how much so since we're on this topic of greed and money, guess how much the next tax bracket is? In fact, actually, no, let's look it up right now. I'm going to look it online so I don't like spout incorrect information. Let's look up the IRS page. Because my sister was looking for a job, and I warned her about, like, the tax bracket thing. I was like, just so you know, they're gonna take, you make like 80,000 a year. They're gonna take like 24% out of your paycheck. So you're only gonna be getting like, you're not getting like 6,000 a month. You're getting closer to 4,000. 1 second. Where is it? You would think that on the search, you say IRS and it would come up first, but no. Okay. For 2022. Okay. So never mind. It's not quite 24%. No, that was for last year. This year is a bit more. But for last year, 12% for incomes over 10,000. And they switched this recently. 22% for incomes 41,000 and over. And it's more specific than this, but I'm rounding the numbers so you can get the general ballpark. After 89,000, 24%. And then it does not go up until you make over 170,000, and then it only goes up to 32%. Like, that's wild to me. Like, that curve does not make sense to me at all. Oh, hey, Sam. Thanks for raiding. Welcome on in. Yeah, I know, Pond. Yeah, it's straight up on the website. You can look it up. When I started looking into it more, I was like, what the frick is going on, IRS? I hear rappers taking all the time about how the government takes half of it. 50%? No, not 50%. 32%. It goes up to like 38% after like 200,000. But at that point, like, why does it matter? Hello, other gamer Sam. How's it going? 69%? I see what you did there. Nice. I see, I don't think we need to eat food.
You ain't gonna find any better cake.
How far did I get? Well, Lena blew up the building, so Lena is ahead now, and PJ is a fine red mist. And then we went back to the future, so I know the spoilers for the rest of Patty's family, essentially. Because they literally put it right on the wall. They're like, these are all the people that died. And York said, we're basically at the end of this, but I'm not sure how much I trust him on that. Because he said that in the last game too, and then we had like another, 10 hours of game after that? But there are, of that I know, there's only one other Clarkson that stands in the way, so she's probably gonna die soon. Unless there are more mystery Clarksons that they didn't introduce. Kelly Clarkson? Was there a Kelly? Because don't they call her, they call her something different now. But yeah, the eldest daughter now. She's the last one. And she's getting shipped down the bayou while giggling maniacally to herself. Which was kind of creepy. But that's about par for this game. This game has been way more intense, I think, on weirdness. I don't know, the first game was weirdness, but it was like the normal weirdness we get from these games, but this game is weird like in a different way. Oh, the IRL celebrity. Oh, okay. I'm bad. I don't pay attention to celebrities that often. It's just like if I talk to somebody, I know them. Like, for example, I know about Jay Leno, but that's because his show invited my family to speak on the show once, and my parents said no because they didn't want the hassle of shipping us to another state while we were so young, and they're like, what is Jay Leno going to ask these 3-year-olds? Yeah, to be fair, they didn't want to talk with me. They wanted to talk with my sisters. So... So yeah, that's why I know about Jay Leno. Also, I do know that he has, like, this awesome car collection. Okay, there's something in this tree. Inspect. Oh yeah, we gotta talk to the trees or something.
These trees have watched over this land for the past 300 years. Long before the Clarksons built up their town, these trees were here.
Trees are smart.
If they could speak, I wonder what they'd have to say about this case.
So a fun thing about trees, as far as I know publicly, nobody has, unless they've done it in the last few years, nobody is able to explain how trees can get over like 100 feet tall. Because
Has there always been a different
we don't know how they get water all the way up there exactly. We know that they get water up the tree, but it's somewhat of a mystery how they manage to transport water that high.
Yeah, I heard that by the time our town came along, there were only 17 left.
Interesting. Oh. And the reason why it's unusual is because it's the same reason why super long snorkels don't exist. Because if you ever have tried...
The general from the south might have cut one down during the Civil War.
Interesting. If you've ever tried, your lungs physically cannot take it and will implode on themselves. Because of the extreme difference in pressure it takes to pump air from one end of the tube to the other.
Intriguing, Patty.
Yeah, I think like the human limit is like 2 to 3 feet or something. After that, like, it just becomes impossible.
I don't know. Folks say he planted a red tree in its place. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
Dun dun dun. Oh no. I forget if at this point he knows about the seeds yet.
They look just like the ones we saw at Lisa's altar.
I mean, like from previous cases. Because by 2010, he was like hot on their trail.
Total lie.
Okay, this is York's first red tree. That makes sense.
The first tree is withered and gone, but the shells from its seeds remain.
Give him a little taste.
Perhaps that red tree left some descendants somewhere else.
I figured at some point we were going to have to find all the red trees, because I've seen them. I also know that there's a house where there is apparently a giant, because everything, all the doors on that house are huge. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, it's Willy. Oh no.
Zach, he seems to know something that we don't.
He's taunting us.
Doesn't it seem like he's trying to guide us somewhere?
What? What's going on?
Change of plans, Patty.
That's right, Sam. He is the only bad boy.
Let's go on a little stroll with that Dalmatian.
And you would, like, I don't think you would ever know that Willie's evil if I hadn't have come across that interview with Swery at some point. Follow the Eerie Dalmatian. Can we just end it now? Oh my gosh, Patty, stop. Okay, well, at least he's like... He's going faster than we can walk, at least. There are signs. Well, I know, like, if you look at the town of Greenville, like, it's in the shape... It's in the shape of like, a dog. And then also, like, Kaysen is clearly, like, he's not the one in charge. Because he mentions that, like, he's doing this for somebody else. Yeah, and he stopped at Thomas from shooting Emily. Yeah, he killed Thomas. Willie killed Thomas. And then, like, in Thomas's card description, it says that he hates dogs. It wasn't... It was to help keep her alive for the ritual. Okay, that makes sense. Well, the thing is, he also, like, leads York to Kaysen. So what... And what I think is happening is that Willie is obsessed with York for some reason. I think it's because York can hurt denizens of the Red World. And he's... Or Zach, I guess you would say. And so I think he's just playing with him, honestly. He doesn't care about anything. I think he just wants entertainment. But again, like, he's a dog. Like, what he wants and what, like, we think he wants are probably two different things. He is a dog, so he wants to go for a walk. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I see. Are we heading up the red tree over here? I'm gonna say, this game has a lot of traversal over long distances. Because I know there's a red tree over here. And I have a feeling we're gonna need to go over there to, like, open up water for like, the water tower. At some point. But yeah, no, so it looks to me like someone was slipping San Rouge to Zach, and I'm pretty sure it's Simon. Because, like, Zach's, like, his cancer and everything that's happening, that's not normal. He looks like he's progressively turning into, like, a thing like Kaysen was. Red tree.
Is this the red tree that General planted?
Especially since we were talking about, stuff like how San Rouge, like, physically and mentally, like, enhances someone's nature.
No
Their
way.
air quote
This
red
is
soul.
A maple tree.
A maple tree? Then it shouldn't be red at this time of year.
It's all the Twina fault. It's all the twins' fault. Oh, yeah, definitely.
You're right.
So,
That's strange.
I kind of want to go out on a limb and say Simon was the general. Since, like, Kaysen was the... And, like, it's all tied to the government, somehow.
A long time ago, my mama and daddy used to come here together a lot. They told me they used to go on dates here.
Simon is one of the
Before I
twins
was
grown
born.
up. Dang.
Mama would make sandwiches, then they'd come here and eat them together. My mama was really pretty, you know. When I was a kid, I believed she was a real goddess.
I like how she says was.
Under the boughs of a legendary tree that stayed red all year long, a small miracle was born. One man managed to win the heart of the most beautiful girl in the world. And they call him Melvin Woods.
I am really dreading, because I think we're going to have to kill Melvin.
Looks like it's time to move on. What a fantastic guide we managed to find. He actually waited for us to finish talking before taking us on to the next spot.
It's like he knows. He knows. Can I get him to run faster if I like get a... Can I like push him? Go, Willy, go! Simon is one of the twins grown up. That would be interesting. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Like, if we are towards the end of the game, I'm like seriously questioning why is there so much area here and why there's so many like side quests if the game is actually quite short. Patty is Willy the whole time. It was really Patty in a dog suit. That's why she disappears. Oh my gosh, is he gonna take us to all the red trees? That's gonna take forever. Why do I have to follow Willy to the red tree? Well, I know why they have to follow Willy's, because they're thinking that maybe the player has not already found all of the red trees. He's her persona, spoiler, he does. Gosh darn it. But I've already found all the red trees in the town on my own, so like... I don't know what you want from me. I wonder if the giant is like, what was that one worker, guys? Not him, but like, maybe it's like a family member. It's an easy but a long mission. Yeah, I believe that because the red trees are like so far. What the heck, Willy? Okay, now I know he's just screwing with us. Now I know he's just screwing with us. But yeah, if this comes like right after like a bunch of story stuff, I definitely think this game has pacing issues. To some extent, the first did as well, just when it came to like how the chapters were divided. Because the first 10 chapters are all like a pretty long length, and then suddenly the next like what 17 or whatever, or 14 are all super short. I kind of feel this too. It kind of has like it's organized, but I feel like it has issues with suddenly getting a bunch of stuff happening and then suddenly nothing happening very fast. With that said, though, I still like the game. I think a sign of a good game is that you love it despite its flaws. I wish this is Gravity Rush so you could fling Willy, just like you were flinging those children. Yeah, at some point I'd like to do Gravity Rush, but it's just... Getting more game systems just isn't in the cards for me right now. I'm pretty satisfied. I have a pretty big selection as is with the Switch and my PC, and my huge collection of like GameCube, Wii, etc. titles. The kids are okay, I'm sure, just a small fall. I only flung them with the acceleration of Earth's gravity. It's fine. Feels I want to get Sega Saturn and Sega CD again. So, I feel like I was watching someone play Sonic CD, and that's what like comes to mind. But I know it's not. But just when you mentioned CD, I just was remembering that was such a different game. They announced the Plumbers Don't Wear Ties remaster today. Nice. A red tree? This one looks like somebody painted it. Someone went into the textures and changed the RGB values in this tree. Also, Gex Trilogy remaster. Now with no more racist Chinese stereotype. I guess. Photoshop tree. Yeah. I don't know, like, back then, like the 90s, it was a very different time. We just accepted different caricatures, and now we accept different caricatures. And I think it's always been this way. And then we're always, like, thinking about the last generation. It was like, oh, they were so racist, or they were so sexist. And we're going to think the exact same thing when we look 10 years back from today. I think we're going to think this exact same thing. How would you rate this creation? I think...
Not bad, I reckon.
It's not so much about, like not leaning into it, but just doing stuff in a way that, like, treats people as human. Because you're going to offend someone no matter what. So, just treat people like people. Tomba is also coming to modern systems. I don't mind some jokes, but dang, a lot of those Chinese jokes were pretty bad and inaccurate and bigotry. Also just poorly made jokes. Yeah, if it's poorly made joke, then it's even worse.
They made good
And I say
use
this
of
as
its
somebody
natural
that is
form,
Chinese.
while also pulling out the soul from
Again,
within.
I can pretty much say that with everything, though. I'm pretty much everything.
The artificial color also looks pretty. You don't usually see this level of harmony. Something unnatural always ends up getting left behind.
Holy crap, Patty, how do you know all this?
Zach, did you catch all that?
Like, I never got the me Chinese me make joke. Put PP in your Coke joke. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I do remember that and being like, the heck?
She said
How's that
just
even,
the
like,
curator of an art
culturally
gallery in New York.
relevant?
I think we may have just uncovered a new side of her. But unfortunately, I can't see. Honestly, it looks insane to me.
But if you want to see, like, how Chinese Americans feel about that, like, look at any Chinese American comedian, and you know they lean into it. They lean into it. So
That's all I get from it.
just look at Stephen He. I love Stephen He's videos.
And there's no way that this is a descendant of the tree that the general planted.
See, Willie's just leading us on a merry chase. I do know someone I went to school with, and his friend did put pee in the Mountain Dew trick on him 3 times. No, that's just nasty. That's just nasty. Back in the day, that would be like a boys would be boys joke, but I feel like that's going over the line. I feel like boys will be boys is like boys getting into a tire and like rolling down a hill or something like that. Or boys climbing trees and then jumping out of them because they're Superman. I feel that that's like the sort of thing that's okay to say boys will be boys. I don't know why he trusted him after the first time, let alone at least 3. No, seriously. I think your friend may have been gaslit at some point because he seemed to really trust him. This was like high school? Holy crap. Oh my gosh, Willie. I know I did my fair share of crap in high school. I remember being really mean to this one kid. We're cool now, but I always like look back and I'd be like, wow, I was a real jerk. No. Seriously? Seriously? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Pee in my soda 4 times. I don't know what you say. I think put pee in my soda 4 times and they may secretly know, they may be onto my secret that I'm actually into it. I don't know, I would question your friend's taste. It's like, oh no, he peed in my drink. Oh no. Oh, another thing that little, like, boys will be boys that I think is appropriate is like kids peeing off of cliffs. Because I feel like anybody that hasn't done it at least once just hasn't lived. You don't have to do it a bunch of times, just once is good enough. But I feel like that phrase definitely got co-opted by people that are trying to excuse inappropriate behavior, such as sexism against girls, being mean to people, all sorts of things. That's stuff that when I used it back, or my parents used it back like in the 90s, they were referring to like the innocuous things. But I feel like nowadays people try to use it to, oh, that's why these are here. They try to use it to like excuse the unacceptable things that people do. Yeah, seriously, they use it to excuse case and behavior. Sure, when I key in the KFC parking lot, it's a problem. Also, I love how there's a stamina thing, but you can always just get around it by getting on your skateboard. Where the heck did he go? Oh, frick me. Come on. There he is. I just about lost it. Although, with this game, I would not be surprised if he teleported at some point just to mess with us. I wonder what higher powers limit Willy to dog form. Well, I think it's just easier for him to get around. You know? Yes. Celestial, or I should say, phantasmal fire hydrants. They just teleport the water straight into themselves. But yeah, but if I didn't already know that, like, Willy was evil, at this point, I would be seriously questioning. You're right, Sam. This is a very, very long mission. And he's just gonna run straight out. Yep. Now I know why a bunch of the things in the town were designed this way. They're designed specifically for this mission. That frustrates me. Because when I was like looking at the fences, I was like, oh yeah, at some point we'll get a trick and we'll be able to like jump over them. But I'm seeing like Willy run in here. Is like, no, they're just here to like be obstacles for Willy to run in circles and laugh at us. The flaws in DP2 are different. Bland flaws compared to DP. I agree. Like, I think a lot of... I think a lot of the flaws in Deadly Premonition 2 stem from how it was designed as a sequel. And also because they were designed in different eras. So I can see what they were going for with a lot of these design decisions. At least I think I do. Oh no! Please don't tell me he runs through the corn. Oh, sorry, through the sugar cane. Whereas like Deadly Premonition 1, I feel like a lot of the issues just had to do with like inexperience and also just weird technical mumbo jumbo. Yeah, with every improvement, there's a flaw that makes it not as charming. I agree. Again, I like this game. I just don't like it as much as the first one. And it may be because it deals with different themes. So a lot of the things that make the first one charming just aren't in here. So like talking between York and Zack, you don't hear that as much when you're not in cutscenes. Even though it's programmed into the game, the way skating works, you're not going to be skating or going for long distances like this unless you're already on a story mission. And so like you don't get those cutscene dialogues while you're on the story missions. And everything's close enough together that you can kind of like go through stuff and not worry about it. All right, here we are. This uses Unity compared to a coded, barely rehashed engine. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of these are definitely like Unity stuff, which are hilarious. Like, for example, when we ran into that woman and she just continued like sliding along the ground in her walking animation before getting up and continuing. Ah, yes. Red tree, not the red tree. Red tree. You know, Willie, I already found this like hours ago. There is enough in this title. I think it is worth it, though. Absolutely.
It looks like a tree that you could find anywhere, yet it's also unlike any other.
But you definitely need to play the first game.
It's weaved its way into the landscape, almost like cancer cells invading a human body. You might not even notice it unless you're focused on finding it. And this feeling, as I gaze upon this tree, I can feel evil emotions rising out from within me. Why on earth did that Southern general bring this tree into this town?
Oh, is it like a maple tree, Sam? It has like very, very deeply tinted sap. What the heck? The heck, Patty? Excuse me?
I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. Do not touch this tree.
You know,
Got
you
that, Patty?
said something
Got it,
similar
Agent
to
York.
Emily, which makes me concerned. No, it's red and it bleeds blood. What the heck? Some people ignore the strong
Successfully spoke with the
points.
17
Absolutely.
comrades.
No, and I think that the thing is, if you enjoy a game, despite its flaws, it's a good game. Because everything's going to have a flaw.
I feel like they showed us a side of nature that transcends the realms of human knowledge. Next up is the Holy Allah. According to the Oracle, the Holy Allah needs to be filled. We may be due for another childish puzzle soon, Zach.
I don't think it's a puzzle. I think we need to turn a pipe over at the reservoir and actually fill it.
But that's okay. After all, we came all the way out here to the boondocks. Why not enjoy playing by their rules for a bit?
All right. I definitely have my questions about Patty. Especially because, like, she is not fazed by like, dead bodies or anything. It makes me wonder if she is actually innocent. Even at this point in time. But I would not be surprised if by this point we actually do have all the information that we need to solve the case. Benefactory, El's Nest. There we go. Yeah, no, that was a long chase, and then Willie just disappears and we don't even talk about it. He doesn't even get a scene where he walks away. Yeah, York just ignores the Willie factor. Well, to be fair, at this point, he may not know him. Or he may have seen him. Honestly, I think Willie's following York and has been for some time.
This thing sure looks tall when you look at it up close. But why do they gotta build it up so high anyway?
Water pressure.
The height gives them the necessary pressure to pump the water out. Also,
It's also a surge
building it
protector.
in a spot where anyone could easily access it would only create more problems.
Problems?
In a certain Missouri town, they built the water tower low enough that a person could easily climb up to it. And that's exactly where a mass murderer decided to hide the bodies of all his victims.
In a
The
movie.
water tower was so low to the ground that he could even climb up to it while carrying a dead body on his back.
What is with this scene? Uh-oh.
Incidentally, they ended up finding a total of 43 bodies in there.
Oh no, red
the part that
seeds.
truly shocked Zach and I wasn't the number of bodies, Patty.
What?
It was the fact that over the 6 months from the first murder to when the case was solved, that whole time, the townspeople had been drinking the water.
Yummy.
Agent York, look! I think we can climb up from there. Let's go.
You know, Patty,
Hey, I was
maybe
just
you
getting
should
to the
sit
good
down
part.
here. All right, York, do you have your OSHA approved harness? But I think Deadly Premonition 2, speaking of like strengths, I think a lot of the strengths of Deadly Premonition 1 also show up in this game. For example, the really good soundtrack.
So this is
They're
our
different, but
town.
they're both
Looking
very
down on
good.
it from here, it's hard to imagine any bad stuff ever happened at all.
Listen carefully, Patricia. You just
Yeah,
leave
especially
Melvin
since
to
it's still
me.
criminalized in Japan.
I promise I'll take care of things.
Well, I think that's why they never refer to
grown
it
up.
specifically by
You're more of
name.
an adult than anyone else in this town, I guarantee it. But that doesn't mean you have to suffer through everything without ever saying a word about it. Just remember that, okay?
Hello? What? Why are there squirrels in the water pipes? People are drinking this
It looks
water.
like the holy Allah hasn't been sucking up water properly. No wonder the shower in our hotel room felt so weak. Patty, who manages this water tower?
This is
Clarkson's, of
Le
course.
Carre. You should know the answer to that by now.
The Clarksons. Judging from their current situation, I don't think they'll be able to give us a timely response.
You know, since they've
Yeah.
become a fine mist.
Do you know where the water comes from?
Probably Isaac Lake?
That settles it. Let's fill the holy Allah and solve this problem ourselves.
I knew you were gonna say that, Agent York.
But yeah, so I think a lot of the strengths of this game are, I'm pretty sure if we're looking for them, there have been a lot of clues as to like what's going to happen. The other thing is, the strong point is the music. And then the other really big strong point, which is really most of the charm of Deadly Premonition 1, are the incredibly strong characters. And by strong, I mean, I don't mean like a strong independent woman kind of way. I mean as in, they are... Like, if characters in normal, like, are a tool, and they have a lot of different facets to them, then characters in Deadly Premonition are like a sharp knife, where they like put all their personality points into one thing. So in that sense, the two games do still share a lot of DNA. And again, there's always the entertaining dialogue. Let's see. Perfect. I don't think I can get up and over here. Yeah, I have to go down this road. So I have to get around the water. Yeah, him smoking is crazy, although it does make a lot of sense from all the pain he's in. It does make me sad. It's pretty much guaranteed that Zach doesn't make it out of this alive, which makes me sad. Because I'm just waiting for it. All right.
Isaac Lake?
That's the name of the former head of the Clarkson family. When he retired, they built this lake to commemorate his career. That's why it's called Isaac Lake.
They wanted people to remember the power of the Clarkson family every time they used their water, huh?
You sure don't miss a beat.
The water level's higher than I expected. They probably haven't been out here to check on it since Lise was murdered.
I do feel that this game has a lot of content that was originally planned that is missing.
Water tower.
Like, especially with like Lena and PJ, I think there was a lot more dialogue that was originally supposed to happen before Lena blew everybody up, because it seemed very like abrupt and sudden.
Never thought I'd have to use you to fight a real alligator. Just what does that skeletal gentleman have in mind for us, Zack?
At the Isaac Lake and found out what went wrong with the tank. Defeat the alligators and inspect the pump. Oh, I do have to defeat alligators. Yeah, some more parts are more empty than the first. Oh, these are strong alligators. Okay, so I do have to shoot alligators, that's fine. Ow. There's so many more alligators than there were the last time I was here. And they just spawn in. Are they gonna start coming from the rights? Oh, hello. Ow. All right. 1 second. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. We'll put a little band-aid on that. That'll heal us right up. That's okay. We just have to run faster than Patty. Oh, I guess Patty ran. Oh, hello, Mr. Gator. You're like in the ground. Get him in the eye!
Open the door, Patty.
Holy crap, is this Gator gonna come for us later?
Now, Patty. Something I do really appreciate about this game over the first is how cinematic it is. This game is a lot more cinematic. Okay. Here, 1 second. Now that we're like have the blood pump and everything, I need to go get some more water. So I'll be right back. 1 second.
Okay, welcome back. I'm here. Did I see Clock Tower remasters happening? I didn't. Is Clock Tower like that old PlayStation horror game where the guy like chases you around with like a pair of shears? One second. Okay, yeah, no, it is. Original Super Famicom one. Okay, it was the Famicom. Okay. Yeah, I definitely saw it. If it's getting remastered, that might be a fun game to try out. I wanna do Ghost Trick, but it's $30 right now, and I don't like. It's a game that came out how many years ago, so I don't feel the need to pay full price for that one because Capcom will put it 50% on sale at some point, as they always do. Also, plumbers don't wear ties. Yeah. You did mention that I needed to check that one out at some point.
Okay, Zack, let's head back to the Holy Allah. We need to confirm with our own eyes that we've completed the Skeletal Gentleman's Oracle.
One second, I remember why I was getting water. Time to take my pills. Okay, pills taken. All right. Defeat the alligators, inspect the pump. I have a feeling that those alligators would just endlessly spawn. So it's best to just rush through it. So, I don't think we talked much about it. What is Plumbers Don't Wear Ties about? Because depending on if it intrigues me, like, if it's an intriguing concept, I will probably at some point pick it up. Oh, I guess we're getting attacked. Smell you later, Gator. Also, a quick question, without any spoilers, about how close are we to entering the other world? Because if we're like almost like right there, definitely going to keep like at least get there. But if it's still a whiles away, I might need to like find a good stopping point. So I'm starting to fade. Fortunately, I pushed myself a bit too hard this week. Yeah, I was going to the water tower, which is over here. It probably didn't help that I was like using energy drinks to stay awake on the commute. But I would rather be awake and have anxiety and be safe than, you know, not have anxiety and cause an accident. Alright, up we go. Plus size, you can save near any otherworld entrance.
Zach, the Holy Allah is filling up.
Okay.
Looks like we'll be able to take a warm, invigorating shower tonight.
So, like,
Patty, are you okay?
are we, like, super close, or is it gonna be a while before we reach the next otherworld segment?
No. Not really.
Oh.
Worried about your parents?
Well, of course I am. My mom is sick, you know.
I'm gonna see some plot twists in this game, I'm sure.
And she got even worse starting about a year ago.
Yeah, like she's laughing
She
and
used to be
inflated.
so beautiful. But now she looks like a completely different person.
I doubt I will expect
she can't
any.
even get up out of her own bed no more.
I'm sorry to hear that. I already hurt you once in the past, and now it looks like I've gone and done it again.
No.
Are you
I
gonna
know
tell me
Mama's
that,
innocent. Your fault, Agent York.
That Zach isn't Zach?
It's more about Daddy. He...
He what?
Nothing. Just forget it.
Hey! Y'all get down from there right now!
Yeah, Denny, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna climb up after us? Gonna be a bit hard with one hand.
I said get down here, goddammit!
Denny is casing all along. That's why he wears sunglasses.
The heir to the Clarkson legacy has come for us, Zach. And he doesn't sound very composed.
It's okay, we'll just push him over. Danny's case him before he let himself go.
You right, little snake! This is private property, goddamn!
He stopped really fast when we pulled this out. Imagine being Sweary's buddy. He based Carrie off it. Casing off and seeing this series. Well, he's also in other games that Swery has made as well. Like, I think he's part of like
I could arrest you for drunk
the
driving, but I
operating
simply
team
haven't got the
in
time.
like that like stealth game that he made back in like the PlayStation 2 era. Yeah, Spy Fiction.
What? What did you say? Ever since you got here, my whole family. Now they're all dead.
I mean, I think like Danny is like it's very understandable like where he's coming from.
You're Satan.
The one Kason doll you see in the beginning of DP1, I'm pretty sure is the Spy Fiction Kason. Yeah, he is an out of field, yeah.
You came here to destroy the Clarksons. You destroyed them.
I mean, PJ said something very similar. I think PJ knew this was coming.
Satan? Not quite, Daniel. I'm just an agent carrying out a mission in accordance with federal law. On the contrary, I came to put a stop to all these problems. You might even consider thanking me for it.
Federal law. Mission accordance.
I also think voice acting was a really strong point of both of these games.
Bastard wants me to thank him. I lost everything. My treasure. At least my old baby girl. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Is this gonna be one of the scenes where York just destroys somebody emotionally?
You reap what you sow.
Oh, never mind, it's Patty.
God damn it.
Whether you like it or not, you're the new heir to the Clarkson legacy. You could rebuild their empire, or resign it to the ravages of time. Do whatever you like. But you'll no longer be able to borrow a certain someone's power and march around like you own this town. You need to accept that and prepare to survive.
Ouch.
Zack, it's no use. The skeletal gentleman is a strict one, that's for sure. We're going to have to figure out what the giant lady's finger is if we want to continue on.
Oh,
with
that's
this
right.
story.
There was the third part that we didn't have any clues to.
Lady's finger. Lady's finger. I'm at a loss, Zack. The only thing that comes to mind is a certain lady in glasses who displayed her middle finger to a truck driver. The student driver who was driving the car that Leslie Nielsen jumped into in order to chase down a criminal. 1988, directed
The
by
Naked
David Zucker.
Gun, yeah.
The Naked Gun. That car chase was terrific. It felt like we were watching one of our own car chases from the real world.
That is concerning if that's what happens to you.
That director must have gotten some advice from actual police officers. Otherwise, there's no way he would have been able to film such a realistic chase.
He's like, the Naked Gun's chase scenes are realistic.
Hey, Agent York, can I say something?
Oh gosh, this game is
If you're
great.
looking for ladies' fingers, you know that's another name for okra, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
Another name for okra?
Yeah, okra's pretty common here in Louisiana, so most people know about its other name.
Huh. Okra. My talented assistant strikes again. You solved the oracle instead of me. Let's hurry over to the okra farm at once, then, and find the biggest piece of okra while we're at it.
Hey, Agent York.
The key word is giant, so it must be rather large. I'll bet it looks positively grotesque, Zack.
Oh wow.
And just imagine the stickiness. Ooh, I think I'll refrain from taking a bite.
Holy crap.
Hey, Agent
York.
York. Our town doesn't have an okra farm.
No? Okra?
Relax. Just follow me. I reckon I know where we're supposed to go.
Oh no, please. Patty, no, don't make us do another follow quest. All right, well.
Hey, Agent York. Where are you going?
Sorry, I just
Stay
had to
close
shoot him
me,
while he
or
was
I'm not
down.
gonna show you where your next stop is.
He'll thank me later. Okay. I'm gonna follow you, but if the other world isn't at the very end, I am going to have to find a place to save. I love how stilted the run animations are in this game. It's not just Patty, it's like everybody. It's almost as if like they're skipping a frame. Because I don't imagine that the designers would intentionally leave out a frame in their running and walking cycles. Because that's a pretty well known, pretty common, like, hey, you need to make these match. But they do sometimes, like, if you're not if you're not familiar with like a certain engine,
Not
they do
that
have
way,
quirks.
Agent York. Stay focused. Jeez.
Patty, please run slower than my skateboarding. She is a fast one. I'll give her that. I think the issue is like, I'm used to other games where like you pull back on the stick to slow down. Holy crap, Patty. It's just no chill. So I'm pretty sure we can use the skateboard to just match running stuff. Okay, now Patty, if you start running in circles, I am going to pop a rubber bullet between your eyes. Because I have suffered enough at the hands of Willy today. And no, it's not a threat, it's a promise. But yeah, the animations are definitely kind of stilted in this game. Even more than like the normal stiltiness. It may have to do with the optimizations that the game is running. You know, Patty, there is a sidewalk that you're allowed to walk on. Okay, Patty, lead us. Lead us to the okra. But yeah, if there's ever a third game in the series, I would really like to see a case that York's dad worked on at some point.
This way! This way! I know where the giant lady's finger is!
Yeah, I know, Patty. Like, I'm following you.
This way! I know where the giant...
Okay, is it just me, or did they tighten up the circle that you have to follow her from? I mean, at least with the skateboarding, you can kind of match your speed to the person you're following, which is a huge improvement over most games. How do your parents should not let you deal with the stuff at your age? Well, I mean, looking at the state that her mom is in, and then her Faja is now ahead. Well, I guess her biological dad.
This is the giant lady's finger. Okra Boy.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of like the town mascot.
Okra Boy. You're right. No matter how you look
So
at
that's
him, he
why
really
Patty
is
sometimes
a
looks
giant
really
lady's finger.
cross-eyed. That's mean.
But Patty, there's no okra farm in this town, is there?
That's right.
Then why did they choose okra for the town mascot?
Good question. He's been here for as long as I can remember.
What?
Daddy said he remembers Okra Boy being around when he was a kid, too.
I love how the cars continue while we're in this cutscene.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
Zack, doesn't it look like he's pointing at something?
Indeed.
Let's follow that white glove.
Yep, just a knockoff Jeep driving by.
That's it.
Yes. Six 23. So that's pretty much all day. Isn't this the final area of the game? Behind this fence?
So this used to be the control device for the drawbridge. But it looks like its insides have been replaced with something else.
Oh, yeah. I remember Daddy telling me about this. This drawbridge hasn't been used for decades now. So the control room doesn't work, and the power...
Okay. Click. So we just start fiddling. Because I think I saw somebody playing this, and then they got launched by a cutscene.
Password that requires 3 letters?
Oh no, there's a name that we knew that has 3 letters.
Looks that way.
What's this, then?
It's gonna be CLR, isn't it?
There's an H on the top, bottom, and left sides of the leftmost panel.
Either that or this is an organic chemistry compound.
Patty, trial and error won't get us anywhere. There are 26 letters in the alphabet.
Yes.
Which makes for 17,576 different combinations.
One second.
If we use 3 of them.
Let me double check his math. So it should be 3 to the power 3. Oh, sorry. 26 to the power 3? Or 3 to the power 26? No, it's 3 to the power 26. Or 26 to the power 3. Sorry. I have to know. Okay, yeah, he's right. He's right.
Let's try something more efficient.
I know that. I was just fiddling with it. So, what do you want to try, Agent York?
Just leave this to Zach and I. Zach, this password may look complicated at first glance, but you needn't worry. This is a chemical formula. A challenge from Professor R. The H that's tattooed all over the leftmost panel stands for hydrogen. In other words, the leftmost panel represents the
Oh, if it's
molecule you
from
get
Professor
three
R, then
hydrogen
my
atoms
theory
each.
doesn't hold water.
All we need to do is figure out which chemicals go in the remaining panel. Try reviewing what we know. We spoke to the 17 comrades who saw the birth of New Orleans, filled the Holy Allah, then found the giant lady's finger pointing toward the entrance to the Forbidden. After we met the 17 comrades,
So this is probably
we
going to be
encountered that
C.
ominous red tree. There was sap dripping out from the red tree's trunk, wasn't there? That must have been a metaphor for wood vinegar.
Oh.
In order to fill the Holy Allah, we went to the reservoir. The water tower represents a distillator, and the water represents coolant. Wood vinegar, distillator, and water, Zach. Figured it out yet? The chemical formula is CH3OH, methanol. It's got to be C-O-H, starting from the left in that order. Methanol is highly flammable and used as the base ingredient
Oh,
in
okay.
formaldehyde. This has Professor
Usually
R's
when
name
we
written
see
all over
these,
it. That oracle really sent us on a
the
roundabout
O
mission this
and
time.
H
It
are
almost
kind of like
feels we're
together.
playing a video game here. Talk about stupid.
Yeah, because oxygen has two bonds it can
Zach,
make.
start at the left window, then put in C.
And OH is
The answer is
very
methanol.
a very common ending on a lot of organic chemical compounds. I feel unless you took a couple of courses in chemistry, you would have no idea how to put this together.
That must
But yeah,
be the
when I saw the
entrance to
H's, I'm like,
Forbidden.
is this an organic chemistry compound or is this CLR, which I was my second guess if it was the other one. And once he said vinegar, I was pretty sure that that OH was going to show up in there at some point. And of course, if it has
Can't touch that.
Oh, hey, Avery. And if it has 4 connections, then the one with 4 connections would have to be C. because carbon has 4 connections in most in most organic chemistry cases. I am not a chemical engineer, but I do remember my chemistry class.
No.
But I'm Smarty Pants detective.
Avery Smith.
Drawbridge don't work no more. The machine's junk. Yup.
Not a yeah.
You're right, Avery.
I want to
Don't
see
worry. I got permission.
those two together.
Permission? Agent York, you got permission?
But yeah, no, this puzzle is super obscure if you have not taken an organic chemistry course.
That's right. Permission from the President of the United States.
The president? Oh, he's a smarty pants.
Yeah, we got it from the W. Bush.
Okay. I didn't see nothing. Yup. Won't tell no one neither.
Hey, Agent York, are you really going in there?
Yes, I have to. For the sake of the investigation.
So I have a feeling that the giant person is going to come into play in the future.
I'm getting kinda scared.
That's a rare word to hear coming from your mouth, Patty. I don't see much in there aside from some overgrown weeds, do you?
No, that's not it. I'm not scared of the weeds. I'm scared of what you'll find, Agent York.
You don't need to worry, Patty. You're my precious assistant, remember? I promise I'll protect you, no matter what happens.
All right, time to go inside. There doesn't have to be a telephone around here, is there?
Patty, the truth is, when I first saw Okra Boy, I remembered something horrific.
What?
The most evil monster I've ever seen, in fact.
A monster?
Oh yes, a demon incarnate who plunged New York City into mortal fear.
I don't believe that. People from New York City aren't afraid of anything.
The Stay Puffed Marshmallow
Oh
Man.
my gosh. No! It was a movie reference!
Marshmallow?
He's bringing up Ghostbusters now.
Ghostbusters, 1984, directed by Ivan Reitman. Now that's a film that was filled to the brim with bona fide horror.
Yeah, honestly, Ghostbusters is... I saw it as a child. Looking back, Ghostbusters is not appropriate for children. There is way too much, like, weird sexual stuff going on in that movie.
True masterpiece that boasted an honest depiction of just how frightening a real ghost would be. Even if you watched it now, I'm sure it would still chill you to the bone. First night I watched it, I was too afraid to go to the bathroom alone, so I made Zach come with me.
Well, we're here to stay.
The door.
Yep, this is the point of no return. Head to the control cabin. Yeah. Okay, are we already, like, in the other world? Sometimes York's blank stare is so goofy. It's better when he smiles. Oh! We have, like, the old school Otherworld music. Interesting, interesting. You know what? I might just run all the way through this. So I can just get all of the enemies all at once. Oh my gosh, the game was not meant to have this many things at once. So I wonder how Patty's reacting to all this. Sorry, no sexy ghost ladies today. I think there's one more over here. Yeah, and then there are like more behind us. There we go. I want more sexy ghost ladies. Nah. Honestly, they kind of reminded me of like the weird ceiling ladies from the first game. And I think that's just like, that's an instant no. Except they're not as annoying. Oh. Oh, this is where San Rouge was being made.
Zach, I think we found a laboratory.
Oh, we got some organs. Hotel fee. Okay. I know we're close to the end of the chapter. However, I need to go to sleep. I am tired. But that being said, thank you everybody for coming and spending time with me today. I do appreciate it. That being said, let's see who's on right now. I'm going to send you guys over to Bastion. Oh, yeah, it is always nice to see York. So Bastion is a speedrunner, and she does Super Metroid speedruns. So she's pretty cool. So I'm going to send you guys over there. So be nice. And yeah. Yeah, no, and I know you guys are pretty good with others, so I feel comfortable sending you over to her. All right. So yeah, gotta rest up for those Gex remasters. Absolutely. So yeah, yeah, so I'm just really tired, so I am going to sign off. And I'll send you over. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you later. Bye.